Welcome to Saturday Racing here at Laurel Park on December 10th. Feature race is a small but stacked field in this allowance optional claiming going 5.5 in the 8th.
Latosh and Lady Lancer. And they're off. Willful Desire to the front with Lady Lancer on the outside. Also between horses there is Singing the Oldies. Singing the Oldies moves through to take the lead. Singing the Oldies up front from Willful Desire in second spot. And on the inside, Ice Storming is in third. The outside, Lady Lancer is in fourth. Exclusive Road. Ojitos Bayos is about 4 off a speed. At trailing the field is Latosh. Heading into the far turn run with 3.5 furlongs to go. Round that turn, Singing the Oldies up top a half length from Willful Desire. Ice Storming down to the inside. Lady Lancer out of the clear. Lady Lancer now in third. Here's Ojitos Bayos racing fifth position, ridden along for a little more. A length and a half more. Latosh has one beaten at Exclusive Rose, is dropped to last position. Top of the stretch with a quarter of a mile to go. Willful Desire Singing the Oldies. Lady Lancer out there 3 deep, and Ice Storming cuts the corner. Wide open affair, furlong and a half left to go. Singing the Oldies has come back for more on the inside. Singing the Oldies. Willful Desire. Ice Storming up on the inside there. The far outside, Lady Lancer. Lady Lancer coming at Singing the Oldies, just hanging on to the lead. Extreme outside, Ojitos Bayos. Ojitos Bayos revving up on the far outside. Ojitos Bayos going to get up. Ojitos Bayos to do it. From Lady Lancer second. Ice Storming was third. Singing the Oldies fourth. And Willful Desire. In the gate. And they're off. Stronger than Dex and Pressing Concern. Lastman on the inside, flashing up there too. Mosler safe in between horses, next and fourth. The outside there is Storied Fella, about 4 lengths off a trio of duelers up front. The inside is Practical Sense there too in the second flight. Also Quinn Cannon in that group too. Another length and a half more back to Divine Law. Vote them all out, trailing the field. Heading into the far turn run, half mile left to go. Lastman down to the inside, continuing with Pressing Concern there on the outside, and Stronger than Dex 3 deep into the turn. They're followed by Practical Senses racing along in the fourth spot as they round that turn. Up 2.5 furlongs left to go. And then to the outside now is Divine Law getting going. Here comes Divine Law with a promising run. Deepest out of the track. Divine Law coming quickly in the far outside. Top of the stretch. Lastman, Divine Law on the extreme outside. Battling along is Practical Sense driven near the inside. 3/16 left to go. And it is Lastman trying to hold on to the lead. Lastman, Divine Law is trying to sustain in between horses. as Practical Sense is coming through gamely. Here comes Practical Sense in between horses. Divine Law on the outside. Divine Law, and Divine Law is going to get there. Divine Law got it. Divine Law, Practical Sense are followed by Lastman. Vote them all out from dead last. And then it was Storied Fella.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound, ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
One mile, second finish line. And they're off. Impitude set out early for speed. He's on fires right there in Hop and Scotch to the far outside, and Colonian is now moving forward out of the inside. Colonian pushing along as part of the pace, moving up inside to challenge Impitude. So Colonian and Impitude, 2.5 clear. He's on fire is next, and Hop and Scotch is racing on the outside. Wilder Czar down to the inside. In between horses is Love Talk, and it's a break of 5 more lengths to Dare Divide. General JR is well back at this point, second to last position, and he's all inclusive trailing on the inside. Heading over the far turn, Colonian putting on a solid pace with Impitude pressing on the outside. Another 4 or 5 back. He's on fire. Wilder Czar down on the inside in fourth. Hop and Scotch tries to get underway from fifth. Love Talk is next in sixth, and Dare Divide and General JR still about 10 to 11 from the front and trailing the field, and he's all inclusive. Far turn run. Colonian still there with Impitude on the outside, pressing hard every step of the way. Wilder Czar, Hop and Scotch the far outside, and he's on fire there in between horses. as they're closing in now. Here's He's on fire, moving up 3 wide. Hoppin' Scotch on the far outside. In the meantime, Wildazar has cut that corner, saving all the ground as they're into the stretch. And General JR is coming on the scene, needs to get through some traffic. Into the stretch, wide open affair, furlong and a half left to go. Colonian still battling away. Colonial Hoppin' Scotch in the outside. Hoppin' Scotch at Colonian. Colonian Hoppin' Scotch extreme outside. Dare divide up the inside comes General JR. A 16th to go. Colonian took plenty of pressure, still going. Colonian and Jamie Rodriguez to win it from General JR. Hoppin' Scotch was third, and then Nipitude. And they're off. Motagali out first. Plummet and Bustoff there on the outside. 3 deep into the trade run. And then Thorny Tail from the rail there, fourth and up close. As so that 3 lengths back, and Goldini and trailing the field is Bobby G. As a midway round that first turn, Motagali sets the tempo. Motagali from Plummet leading by a length with Thorny Tail on the inside in third position, and Bustoff on the chase there on the outside from fourth. And it's a break of 5 to Goldini and Bobby G trailing the field. Not much change at all. Motagali to catch, and Plummet on the outside trying to apply some pressure. Thorny Tail is parked on the inside, in hand in third position, followed by Bustoff out of the clear still. As other 5 legs back, and Goldini and Bobby G still in the back of the pack, heading over the far turn. And it's Motagali up top from Plummet. Motagali a neck from Plummet. The inside is Thorny Tail just waiting in third, and Bustoff racing in fourth. As Goldini's asked for more run for the back of the pack, now has 5 to make up around that far turn, and Bobby G still at the back. Into the turn, and it's Motagali from Plummet. Motagali the head in front from Plummet. Thorny tailed out of the inside. Bustoff still outside there, the 2-path. They're followed by Goldini, Bobby G fully ridden to the back of the pack. They race toward the top of the stretch now, and Plummet puts the head in front. Plummet from Motagali. Thorny tail going to be steered off the inside and coming with a 3 wide bid, 2-3 across the track as they make the turn for home. Plummet, Thorny tail on the outside. Motagali battles down toward the inside as they approach the final furlong. Thorny Tail on the outside's got the momentum. Thorny Tail from Plummet. Thorny Tail a length and a half from Plummet. And the inside, Motagali is back in third. Here's Thorny Tail to do it. Jamie Nessa, Jamie Rodriguez with 3 today. Thorny Tail from Plummet second. Motagali was third, and Bobby G Once around the Laurel main track, 1 mile and 1/8. And they're off. Steady Eddie was first away from the gain. Positive Traction, early speed, and maybe its time is set up there too. And so too Secret Sanctuary into the first turn run. Oh boy, is about 5 deep around the turn. Runioness caught widest of them all, about the 6th path as they move round that turn. Maybe it's time. Steady Eddie down to the inside, matching strides early. They're just in front now by a length and a half from Secret Sanctuary, taking back 3rd position, and Voice of Now down to the inside of the 2. And Hey Diddle Diddle racing in 5th position. Then, oh boy, Positive Traction is next. And Runyonesque on the outside still. Runyonesque about a half dozen to the front is tugging along now within 5 of the lead. And coming up on the far outside, here's Runyonesque all the way up to 5th. And next is Positive Traction, who drops to the back of the pack with Mr. Fibonacci racing back there, second to last position. One more way back is Byron's Gold. Heading now with 5 furlongs left to go. Maybe it's time just in front from Steady Eddie down to the inside. And Secret Sanctuary coming to join the pace. And Runyonesque continues to improve up into 4th within 3 of the lead. Then back to Voice of Now. And oh boy, Hey Diddle Diddle's on the inside, about 7 from the speed. Far turn run, 3.5 furlongs left to go. Secret Sanctuary going to go on. Runyonesque bids under a ride from 2nd. Maybe it's time back in 3rd position, and Steady Eddie racing in 4th, and Voice of Now 5th, and now 4th. And about 6 to close in. Mr. Fibonacci trying to whip around them on the far outside, and Hey Diddle Diddle down to the inside. Top of the stretch with a 1/4 of a mile left to go, and turning for home, Secret Sanctuary. Runyonesque on the outside. The main danger now. Runyonesque gets Secret Sanctuary. They turn in right together. Furlong and a half left to go at upper stretch. Runyonesque, Secret Sanctuary down to the inside, clear from Voice of Now in 3rd with a furlong left to go. Runyonesque and Caramanos opening up 3 lengths with a 16th left to go. It's Runyonesque running away from them. Runyonesque from Secret Sanctuary, who's clear 2nd, and then Voice of Now 3rd. Scramble is on for 4th and 5th there. On the inside, Positive Traction, and then maybe Hey Diddle Diddle in the middle with Mr. Fibonacci on the outside.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track, that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being let out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're off. Speak Your Mind very quick out of there. Speak Your Mind from Lady Whistledown and strutting on the outside. Miss Remio away running in fourth. Pray for the USA moves past that one now. And then back to Queen of Classes in between horses. And Camellia Rod racing to the back of the pack. 7 lengths from the front. Back to Martha Rita back there as well, along with the Raise Your Game as they round that far turn run. And around that turn they roll. It is Speak Your Mind up top, leads it by some 3 lengths from Pray for the USA second, and Strutton racing in third. Then Lady Whistledown ridden along for more from fourth, and Queen of Classes in fifth. Raise Your Game is next in sixth, and Harper's Dew is in seventh. Back to Camellia Rod and Martha Rita. Trailing the field is Miss Remia. They're at the top of the stretch now. Speak Your Mind. Speak Your Mind strong by some 4 to 5 lengths from Pray for the USA, and Queen of Class out of the inside. Center of the track is Raise Your Game. Furlong left to go. It's Speak Your Mind and Jevy on Toledo. They're in front by 5. 3 closers coming out on the outside is Raise Your Game. In between horses, Pray for the USA and Queen of Class in between horses. Photo finish coming up. Raise Your Game. Raise Your Game just in time. Raise Your Game from Speak Your Mind. Close third there for Pray for the USA and Queen of Class. Minute 6.0.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course. A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And we're off.
We have all 3 surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all 3 surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
Billy Cassin. And they're off. Good afternoon, Oscar. Good afternoon, Oscar. Billy Cuss on the outside, moving forward, and Kernus away in third. Mishamena between horses next in fourth, and Weekend Tizzy's now passed by Stelwagen Banker down to the inside, and a lot of sense back of the pack. Omo Dada and Collect Redemption trailing the field. Collect Redemption last, some 16 off that pace. Billy Cuss leads the way. Billy Cuss from Good Afternoon, Oscar to lead length and 3/4, and Kernus is in third position, and then it is Mission Man in fourth as they round that far turn. Weekend Tizzy on the the outside of Stahlwagen Banker. A lot of senses in between horses, and Collect Redemption and Omo Dot Dot trailing the field. It's Billy Cuss to catch. Billy Cuss 4 in front from Good Afternoon Oscar, and Kernis third as they reach the quarter pole on the top of the stretch now. As Collect Redemption has made some progress to the back of the pack, green but wide. They make the turn in, and it is Billy Cuss in front. Billy Cuss and Good Afternoon Oscar targets that leader and running down. On the outside is Good Afternoon Oscar is running down Billy Cuss with 1/8 of a mile left to go. A lot of senses chiming in. On the far outside, Collect Redemption's running a huge race, and Omo Dada surging on the inside. Here comes Omo Dada to the inside, and a lot of sense. A lot of sense in Omo Dada at a driving finish. Good Afternoon Oscar, Collect Redemption, and Billy Cuss. Lined up. And they're off Karen's Notion. Fast away from the gate. From the outside, there is Exculpatory. And Exculpatory, very quick. Exculpatory from Karen's Notion going to the lead. Broke last. It moves all the way up to third position. And they're followed by Indian Lake in the two-path. And three's over. Deuces about 6 off a speed. And trailing the field is Golden Candy. Heading over the far turn. Very quick pace. Exculpatory out there. Exculpatory about a 3-length lead. Karen's Notion going to the lead. Racing second and third. And it's three's over. Deuces start on the inside with 6 to 7 to make up. Indian Lake is in between horses, and Golden Candy on the far outside. 2.5 furlongs left to go. Exculpatory has been speeding along with a 3-length lead from Karen's Notion in second. The outside is Indian Lake. In the meantime, three's over. Deuces cuts that corner home. Here comes three's over. Deuces rolling up into second now. Exculpatory the leader. Three's over. Deuces, and Karen's Notion is third. On the center of the track there is Indian Lake trying to get a share and going to lead from between horses. Wide open affair. Exculpatory trying to hang on. Three's over. Deuces surging out on the outside. Three's over. Deuces. Karen's Notion's coming too. Three's over. Deuces. Karen's Notion. Three's over. Deuces. Karen's Notion. Very close. Can't tell. Going to lead was right there, followed by Exculpatory and Indian Lake. Photo. Accelerator getting straightened away. Luis Batista getting tied on. And they're off. Know how I know in heads or tails, and there goes back at you, wasting no time. Back at you now to the lead from Know How I Know on the chase from second and looking for Justice. Hustled up there on the inside, and also Rominski has early speed. So Rominski now comes to the front from back at you in second on the outside. Know How I Know racing in third position. Bourbon over Ice in between horses, then heads or tails and looking for Justice. They're only 4 to 5. Off a speed up ahead us, another 7 lengths back in Virginia full of Accelerator, and Panamine has to pass them all now as they head for the far turn run. About 17 or 18 lengths will cover them. Rominski rolling right along with a 2-length lead from Know How I Know. Back at you third. The outside heads or tails is in fourth and looking for Justice down inside there in fifth. Another 2 lengths and Bourbon over Ice, and followed by Virginia Fuller trying to rev up. Virginia Fuller now passing Bourbon over Ice. In the back of the pack are Panamine and Accelerator. A race to the top of the stretch. Rominski rolls for home past the quarter pole with a 4-length lead. Know How I Know second, and back at you saving ground and coming with a run now. Back at you down to the inside into the stretch now, and it's Rominski with a 3-length lead. Back at you charging hard, trying to gobble up the ground, but a furlong left to go, and Rominski's finding more, plenty more. Rominski now by 5. Rominski from back at you, and then Know How I Know third. Rominski in a strong performance. Rominski by 4. Back at you will finish second, and then it was Know How I Know looking for Justice and Virginia Fuller.
Thank you so much for joining us. Post time is on Sunday as normal, 12:25. Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race number 4.